Demography is telling us that we live in European aging societies. This is true. It's also true for a migrant population residing on European territory. Those migrants who came to Europe to fill up the gaps in the labor markets in the 1960s are now in retirement age. Take the example of Austria, the country where I come from. Those at that time called guest workers, they are now in their 70s. They are in retirement age. And just to give you some numbers, there are 76,000 people who are above the age of 65, and another 136,000 people who are in the age group of 50 to 64. However, when we consider migration, integration of migrants nowadays, we mainly consider newcomers, refugees, or new fuel for the labor markets. We somehow tend to forget elderly migrants in the welfare states, maybe presuming that they have been integrated overall over time. In my research as a sociologist, I meet people behind those numbers. And one of them is Zlatko. Zlatko came to Austria in the 1960s as a young man from Serbia. And he had a dream of a better life. He knew he had to work hard, but he wanted to achieve something. A nice living, a nice car, a family. And he intended to build a home in Serbia where he wanted to go when he was retired, to live there as a decent and acknowledged member of his community there back home. Well, Zlatko now is in his 70s. He did not return to Serbia. Like many others, he stayed in Austria. He did build a house there, but he cannot live there because his family is in Austria. His children are born and raised in Austria. They don't want to go back there. So to be with his family, he has to stay. He lives in a small apartment in Vienna. The house in Serbia is empty. And his life dream did not come true. He's sitting at home, sometimes in the park. He feels lonely. He's very sad, and he's not seen by anybody. I recently had an interview with a social worker, and he said to me, "My main concern are not those people who reach our services. My main concern are those old migrants sitting at home or in the park, alone, feeling useless, feeling old. When they don't take their medication and die, nobody will report that has been suicide." As a researcher, I'm asking myself, what can we do? And my answer to that question is, we can create a better knowledge base to see what's going on there and to find better solutions to serve elderly migrants in European welfare states. And my answer as a person is, the next time I go to the park and I see an old man sitting on a bench, I will give him a big smile and tell him with my smile, "I see you. You are not alone." Thank you.